It's been dubbed the sun's tears, and it's been used in everything from ancient god offerings to kings' tombs to your grandfather's crown fillings. Yep, I'm talking about gold, and the term itself has resonance. Gold has been highly prized since the dawn of civilization, but why? How can a gleaming stone the size of your palm be worth the same as a car? That question will be addressed today, and we'll discuss the history of gold, how it came to be valued, how rare it is, and whether its worth will survive into the current era. Gold has been valued at a high level for thousands of years. Gold was already being utilized in artifacts 6,000 years ago in 4000 BC in Egypt, when some royals recorded that gold was as common as dirt. Gold was initially used in jewelry 5,000 years ago in Mesopotamia. Small squares of gold called yin yuan were used as currency around 1091 BC, followed by gold coins used by the ancient Persians and Greeks. Many Greek philosophers of that time, such as Plato and Aristotle, thought that gold was a dense mixture of two elements, water and sunlight. While their observation of gold appearing in running water was valid, their science was flawed. All of the gold on Earth, according to scientists, came from the explosion of a falling star. You heard it right, a supernova billions of years ago formed the gleaming ring on your finger and the gold tooth in your grandfather's mouth. Gold particles were mixed in with a cosmic cloud that created the Earth, but the gold sunk to the Earth's core. Furthermore, warming and cooling water drove the gold closer to the surface and deposited it in veins as a result of moving fault lines over time. Some of those veins surfaced due to erosion, and water carries small golden nuggets downstream, which explains why gold is frequently found in moving streams, such as the gold flakes discovered in the American River by John Sutter in 1848. An event that sparked the gold rush, which brought around 300,000 people to the, Golden States, and resulted in $81 million worth of gold being mined in less than a 10-year period. A few decades later, in 1990, the gold standard legislation was enacted, making gold an asset backed by paper money. Franklin D. Roosevelt generally prohibited Americans from owning more than a tiny amount of gold by means of coins or certificates just a few decades later. U.S. citizens were required to sell their gold to the U.S. Treasury for $20.67 per troy ounce, and the gold was then deposited in Fort Knox, Kentucky. The gold window was closed in 1975, effectively ending the fixed exchange rate between gold and paper currency, as well as the laws governing individual gold possession. Yeah, gold has endured a lot in the last 7,000 years, but one thing has stayed constant. Gold has always been valuable. But why gold exactly? Mostly, it is for a good reason. To begin with, civilizations had various choices for attaining something of worth long before the advent of traditional currency. Mankind has discovered 118 elements. However, only a few of these are realistic possibilities for usage as a commodity. All of the gases are entirely questionable. Radioactive elements such as uranium and plutonium would be difficult to carry in your pocket and use at the local bazaar. We would have had a very intriguing zombie apocalypse by now if we had gone that path, though. Then there's iron, silver, copper, and titanium, which are more common. Surprisingly, all of these have their own unpleasant qualities. While aluminum is fantastic for wrapping leftover pizza, it is far too weak to be utilized in coinage or antiques on the other hand. Similarly, titanium is far too difficult to work with. It can only be melted at 1,000 degrees Celsius, and ancient Mesopotamians lacked the technological capabilities to do so. While both abundant and easy to control, iron and lead would be less valuable as currency because they rust and there is plenty of it available. When it comes to value, abundance is a concern. If everyone possessed an acre of gold in their front yard, it would be worth less than the weeds that grew alongside it. Unfeasibly rare and scarce materials like platinum, on the other hand, are an issue because they aren't prevalent extensively enough to be utilized as a medium of exchange between civilizations and groups. So we have silver and gold, both of which are uncommon enough to be deemed precious. However, they aren't so scarce that obtaining them would have been difficult. Also, they are both ductile, allowing early civilizations to shape the valuable metals into whatever they desired. Even if they sought such things, gold is quite much unbreakable because it is flexible. That suggests that gold used by Mesopotamians still exists nowadays and that gold mined today will last for generations. Another reason for gold's high value sounds less significant, yet it is still just as scientific in nature. Humans enjoy sparkling objects for some reason. Glitter, pizzazz, chandeliers hanging from the ceilings of our palaces, and dazzling glittering gold are all things we enjoy. Our inherent affinity to water, according to scientists, is linked to our attraction to shiny things. So the next time someone looks at you funny because you bought a new watch or a flashy new car, tell them it's all in your DNA, bud. There are 4 reasons behind the high value of gold. Number 1, it's scarce. Number 2, it was simple for our predecessors to use. Number 3, it's terrific. And number 4, it's gleaming, which we like. However, there is one area where we need to delve a little deeper: gold deficiency. How scarce can gold be in a culture where you can receive gold flakes in your mixed drinks at a casino in Las Vegas? The conclusion is a little more complex and shocking than you might think. If you fuse the world's gold stock today, it would create a cube with sides of around 68 feet on every side. That lovely solid gold cube, for example, would easily fit inside a baseball infield. In other words, it isn't much. Jewelry accounts for 47% of the world's gold, while coins and bars account for 39%, and the remainder goes into the other group. This includes that gold utilized in technology, construction materials, and dentistry procedures. However, our gold supply grows at a rate of about 2% every year, and there are still millions of tons of gold that we haven't learned how to access. Our world's oceans are thought to contain at least 20 million tons of gold, not pounds, tons, or thousands, but millions. According to Forbes, the quantity of gold found in our oceans is believed to be around $771 trillion, and while scientists and people looking for a fast profit have tried to figure out a method to get their hands on it, they haven't exactly figured it out yet, and many fear they never will. Several mines are miles beneath the water surface, and mining the gold within them would be a huge undertaking. That leads us to the following question: what does gold's future hold? Several experts are debating the future of gold all over the place. However, if history is any guide, gold's worth appears to be secure. Even though gold's value can fluctuate drastically in the short and long term, it always maintains its value. An ounce of gold bought a fine man's suit in Shakespeare's time, and it still does today, said investment manager Gary Brinson. If gold's worth over the last 7,000 years is any indicator of its future, we would be buying suits on Mars or the moon with just an ounce of gold. That's pretty much it. Gold's history, the reasons for its value, and its likely future. What are your thoughts on this? Is gold deserving of basking in the glory of its great monetary value, and do you own any? If you liked the video, please give it a like in the comments section below, and we'll see you in the next video.